We're now made it to day 5 of our digital journal. We've replaced our treadmill, so now we have a treadmill to use in the morning. Help us get to our 10k steps. We've still been reaching it without the treadmill, which has been great. But yeah, pretty excited to jam this one. Compared to our last walking pad, yeah, this is a mean upgrade, so pretty keen to jam that. Yeah, get our day started. Cool, just finished our 30 minutes on the new treadmill. It was mean. I was able to do incline as well, so I haven't jammed that before. Definitely made a difference in the 30 minutes. But yeah, stoked with that. That was cool. Yeah, that was mean as. Now we are off to the sauna. We are at 56 and 41 minutes.
Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Once I got that, it turned my life around. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job.
Cool, just finished our sauna. We're up to day 5, so 5 days consistently. I'm pretty stoked with that. That's the most I've ever committed to doing the sauna 5 days in a row, so that's pretty cool. Feeling good, a little bit sore, but sauna definitely helped, and hopefully we'll get our ice bath cleaned up and can add that into our digital journal. Made it to day 5 of our digital journal. Pretty happy with how we've done, being able to keep it up for 5 days. If you're still watching, cheers. Definitely glad that we've started. We've always said we're going to do YouTube, or we're going to record what we get up to when we head out for missions on the Moana, but we never do because we just don't. So now it's building that routine. Those 5 acts will tumble the tree. So over time, it's definitely getting easier to have the camera out, definitely easier to sit in front of the camera, and yeah, excited to see how we go and see the end of these 30 days.
If you don't sow, what?
Taking off.
You don't reap. You don't even have a chance. So if you looked at your game plan tomorrow, you might come to the quick conclusion, I got to get some sowing going. How true. Get you some sowing going. And remember, you've got plenty of time. You've got all the time there is.
Lunch with our mates. They just flew up from Wanaka, so they're in town for the Luke Combs concert. So yeah, should be good catching up with them and seeing how that goes. We haven't had breakfast yet, so we're pretty hungry. Not sure what the food is going to be like for Carnival, but usually we're good. Usually we can.
Usually an option.
Yeah, there is something there that we can still eat. What are you hungry for?
Meat.
Yeah.
Starving, I want like a nice juicy bit of meat.
What's one book you would recommend to read when getting into business?
I would say probably Think and Grow Rich is a good start. It really opens your mind to, I guess, the possibilities and ins and outs of how you can get wealthy.
Because that one's based on multiple people who have made it, right?
Yeah. So it's like factual evidence kind of thing.
Sort of.
So he studied millionaires over
you can learn from experiences of others who have made their way to the top.
Yeah, you don't need to reinvent the wheel to make money. You just learn from what's worked for others and make it your own.
Yeah, I feel like learning from people's experiences is definitely a good one, which you do get from Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
I would say Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Open my mind up to different possibilities. It's a good way to open your mind to different ways of thinking about income and a job.
Yeah.
And I think Rich Dad Poor Dad is an opener.
Yeah.
Like it won't give you all the facts that you need, but it will open your mind to the ideas of those things. And then you can do your research and find out ways on your path and where you want to go.
Yeah.
So I remember listening to it when I was working, and it definitely opened my mind to realize that there's other things out there other than
a job.
Other than a job and just working every
else,
day for the
money.
rest of my life, so I can pay the bills.
Yeah, and just exchanging your time for money, like that's the big misconception that we've all been taught, is that the only way to get money is to exchange your time for it.
I would say Rich Dad Poor Dad is the first book that opened my mind to different ideas of you don't need to work to have a living. Like at that time I thought that you had to go to work, like you're living a honourable life, you're making an income, you're paying your bills, but I was never any further ahead. Not being afraid to fail.
Yeah.
Like you hear it all the time, but like sometimes you may not want to commit to starting a business because you're like, oh, but then what if this happens, this happens, this happens? Well, who cares? Like if it happens, well then you can figure out a way to fix it. The possibility when starting your business is endless. Compared to when I was working, it's limited to the amount of hours that I can physically work in the job. The risk is there, but then so is the reward. Outside and there's a tree that you need to chop down, and you swing an axe at it 5 times a day. Not 50, not 100, just 5. You do that every day, what's going to happen to the tree?
It's going to fall over, obviously, eventually.
It's going to fall.
So you're talking about consistency, right?
So
You've got to stay consistent.
do 5 acts at anything that you want to do every day. Small axe. How hard is it to swing an axe 5 times? Not that hard. That's 5 small axe, and your tree will fall. Mind blowing. lunch with a few mates. It was pretty good to catch up with everyone. It was still good to see that we could stay on the carnivore diet even while we're eating out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't too hard. Like usually if I was meeting up with them, I'd definitely have a beer or
5.
or a few, yeah. But yeah, I wasn't tempted at all.
That was good.
We just had a few sparkling waters, coffee. We had some brisket, some ribs. So yeah, we still were able to stick to our carnivore diet, which is mean.
Yeah, there's no restrictions for us. It's
We're not really leaving and we're starving.
Yeah, like
It's not like we're
normally,
missing out on. We're not missing out on the carbs or the chips or potatoes. Like we still feel like
Satisfied.
Satisfied. That's it. We're there for a few hours and didn't have a drop of beer. So I'm pretty proud of us.
Yeah,
the carnivore definitely fits into our lifestyle and it's easy to integrate into whatever outing or normal lifestyle we have. We're up to day 5 of our digital journal, and to be honest, I still have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to editing. I've been editing all of our videos through CapCut. Been doing it all through my mobile phone, and honestly it's probably still better than my computer. So I take everything from my camera, load it onto the computer. From the computer I load it onto my phone. Once that's done, I load them all onto CapCut and start editing. Trying to get the timing correct and everything else, it takes ages. With my 2 big thumbs trying to scroll through the phone. Annabelle cooked us up a beautiful dinner. We had my favourite steak and scrambled eggs. After I finished eating, I got straight back into editing the video of the day and then created a reel so that we could promote and launch of our new YouTube channel. This little boy said, "That's enough for your phone," and he was ready to go to bed. Thanks for tuning in and come back for day 6.